laps here, and then when we're ready to go, just get right up behind me. Let's push it to the finish.
Well, they better not look in their mirror, because they got the 24, and Mark Martin is coming. Man, they made up a lot of ground.
The 24 and the 5 cleared that pack and have come to the front. And I'm going to tell you, a couple of the moves were because of Jeff Gordon driving that thing, but Mark Martin just sitting there pushing him, just like at Talladega. And these guys getting 3 and 4 wide like this up there in front of them help Jeff. Look at Jeff and those guys go to the outside right there.
But here comes the box. This is what you got to be careful of, is really making sure that you let the guy know. See how Mark backed off the 24. He knew that these guys were closing in on these guys way too fast. That was a really smart movement right there.
That's Hamlin and Newman right in front of him. And as all these guys dice it up from third on back, Kenseth and Reagan pulling away a little bit.
But that is incredible, because they run into a box. Mark backed off, let Jeff get his place, and got back to him as quick as he could. And they really didn't lose that much, because those other guys run into a box and kind of jumped out of it quick. That's incredibly smart driving right there.
They're in the top 8, Marty.
A lot of talk in the Hendrick camp, and Ralph mentioned it earlier this week that Mark Martin wanted to be the guy who was pushed instead of doing the pushing for Jeff Gordon. This is how they wound up at Talladega. And a little while ago, Mark said, do you want to switch? Jeff Gordon told Mark Martin, dude, if we do that, we're done. We have no shot to win this race. This is where it's gotten them. They have a threat to win this race, Ralph.
Right now, the 5-car Mark Martin is hot. He's just going to stick it in there and give it everything he's got. That motor, we'll see if it makes it. As you guys said, nothing you can do now but keep your foot to the floor.
Oh, and look, man, these guys are starting to slide up in each other. Watch out.
There they go. There they go.
Here it goes.
Gordon goes around.
What a save.
Great job.
That, pretty great.
And we get the caution.
A lot of damage, but I'll tell you what, that was a good save.
I don't know who turned him, but it wasn't me.
Yeah. And that was Mark Martin saying, I don't know who turned him, but it wasn't me. And it wasn't. It was the 4-car that came up. Casey Kane. Those guys got together and worked up and just pinned Mark, or pinned Jeff Gordon. He was just in a box right there.
What did Larry say about the trends of this race and a late race caution?
But it's not going to help these guys.
No, it's not.
They were the ones that was hoping it was going to help. They watch a 24, and like Kyle said, look at the Red Bull cars. He gets into the 4-car again, just a little bit, slides up the racetrack.
And again, he's to the left side of the 4-car, okay? The 4-car goes up, and you see right here, Jeff's there, but the 83 turns the 4-car right there. The 83 hit him and knocked the 4-car up the racetrack. The 83 did not give, Brian Vickers didn't give the 4-car a chance to recover. Jeff did a great job right here. Mark did a great job of avoiding this, but this thing just slid sideways, and all these guys just avoiding the spinning car.
And it doesn't take any contact. If you watch, the car comes across Mark's, or the 24's nose, just a little bit. These cars are already on edge so much, it just doesn't take a whole lot.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, the 18 car got into the outside wall pretty good. I think Joey tried to stay off of it, but the 18 car banged it a little bit.
We're right on board with Jamie McMurray right behind the mess.
You see, he rolls out of the throttle. You can just listen to it. That was a good job getting through that.
Yeah. And you know, we've heard every driver talk about driving down here and driving this way, and every one of them said, but Daytona's a lot more narrow than what Talladega is. It's not as wide a racetrack, and that showed right there. That move you could have made at Talladega and still had room on both sides.
Pit road open. The front cars stay out, but here comes Kyle Busch. We talked about the fact that he got into the wall, got some damage. He makes a stop. Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon also coming to pit road. Matt?
And Jimmy Johnson is in. Right side tires already on. And he is away.
I'm not sure why, unless he felt like he ran over something or flat spotted some tires or whatever, just to be careful. I'm not sure why they would have come in at this point in time in the race.
And he lost his partner on that deal. 88 did not come with him.
We're going to take a break. We'll re-rack when we return. It's getting very interesting late here at Daytona.